heard it on the character select screen. Yeah, it is the Pika. So we got Pika Palu, much better than Pichu Palu, first off. And I'm excited to see how this goes.
Especially with how excited the crowd is getting.
Yeah, the crowd's going crazy.
You know, that's one thing that I have to highlight. This is the biggest thing that I miss from live events, is hearing the crowd in the back, because I feel like it helps play hand in hand with the energy that I'm feeling when I'm casting, and it's not the same when you have to be able to try to match that energy remotely, because you don't have that energy of the crowd to help back up how intense these type of situations are.
When I'm in my room in front of a green screen talking into like my microphone stand, it does not compare in the slightest to how offline events are, like for this game, for any game. The energy is not 100%. Matchable. But we should be getting into game number 1 very shortly here. We've got Tachyon taking on Zai, Pikachu versus Palutena, and let's start it off by saying this is a clash of the top tiers.
I'm excited to see how this is going to play out. So does the crowd. Let's see how this goes. Tachyon, and Tachyon being from Jacksonville, you have to expect the crowd to go absolutely crazy. A lot of Florida players are here for the obvious reason that CEO is based in Orlando.
It's the Florida major.
Exactly. That's why I had to highlight. I cannot wait for how loud the crowd's going to get, and I have not been disappointed so far. Just like right now, you can see Tachyon still keeping up this pressure. He wants to go for the double down air, manages to still catch the ledge, boot Zai right out of it, and he has not let this pressure go since the start of the game. He managed to take him all the way down. The first 2 downers, it's okay. They don't matter. You take them all the way to the very end, and you get the 3rd one anyways.
If at first you don't succeed, just try it again, because it'll probably work. And not only that, but Tachyon had such a good up air bridge leading into that down air too, and he's not stopped yet. He's still going.
Now the crowd is getting so intense too. You either have cheers, and now you have half of a silence. And it was just a statement right there. That first stock is what you need to build up that momentum. But this is Palutena we're talking about here. You have to be careful when you try to jump in on this. Just managed to, I think he saved the jump here, but still managed to get 2 frames by that down tilt. Such a big down tilt that's going to be able to scoop up Pikachu.
Yeah, good on Tachyon for DIing that out and away. You do not want to get caught by down tilt bear, but you do get 2 framed by that up smash. So a very, very well placed up smash by Zai indeed to even up the stocks. 76% tells a different story though, and it tells the story that Tachyon's still in control of this game.
Have to be careful playing the ledge though. With a lot of Palutena's moves, just being able to scoop him right below the ledge, having to recover, even going for a high recovery puts you in such a disadvantage. But you have that platform right there that Tachyon could utilize. Still keeping Zai, though, by the ledge. Pretty hard read right there with Zai not pressing a button, but that's going to allow Zai to get back to center stage.
Yeah, I mean, back air out of shield, too, is very, very potent for Pikachu in these situations. Anytime that Palutena wants to put pressure on you, you just have a I don't want to be pressured button, right? And it's almost impossible for Palutena to space around because Pikachu just gets out of jail anyway. So Zai is having a little bit of a hard time putting pressure on Tachyon's shield, but 39%, it's not the best, it's a start.
And not even committing, trying to jump around Zai, backing off just to see what Zai's going to do as an option. Keeps up the pressure with the jolts. Manages to run right past them, but even tries to get the attempt on the grab here too. But Tachyon playing this so aggressively, not letting Zai even take a breather at 137%.
No, there's been no respite so far for Zai. And every single second, Tachyon is bearing down on top of him with like a Nair on shield, throwing those T-jolts at him off stage, trying to catch him with a dash attack. Just everything is just coming at Zai at 1,000,000 miles an hour right now. And there's the fair.
Yeah, and the first reflect too that we actually get to see Zai be able to use. But even when you use that reflect, that's Tachyon's time to be able to bridge that space, get closer into your face, and now forced to play by the ledge a little bit, but that's exactly what he needs. He just needs to close in that gap, get that grab at that percent. That's a done deal as Zai's now playing from that last stock, 70%. The crowd's still going crazy.
Crowd trying to power up their boy to close this out. Gets the lightning loops, 33% now into the grab. This is going to be the up air, but no, great DI from Zai to escape from what might have been certain death.
Oh man. Got loops out here. Crowd's going crazy too. Still managing to call it out. Tries to go in for another ledge trump attempt, but the spacing here with these nairs, he gets the cross up, but the immediate turnaround from Zai to get that grab.
Yeah, great awareness from Zai to recognize that Tachyon's been going for that cross up on shield pretty frequently, so that he was probably going to try it again. Now trying to space these bears on Tachyon's shield, reflecting the T-jolt as well. And this is how I more so expected Zai to try and play this matchup, and it's just throw out lingering hitboxes because Pikachu is everywhere, And so it's very, very hard to pin down where he is. It's a much better idea to pin down where he will be.
See Tachyon now still holding on to that ledge, keeping up that ledge pressure. He's not going anywhere right here, but that was a pretty hard read with Tachyon actually not even jumping this time around, actually slowing down on that jump, maybe realizing it, other than the fact that he's doing it in the air though, he's keeping up the pressure with the angle on the jolt. So the attempt right there, and another nair out of shield.
That back air connects. Tachyon maybe on the verge of losing the stock, but he's got another one to play with. Catches that T-jolt, pushes Zai away, now gets the up air. Yet again, this is the same thing we saw earlier where Zai gets no moment of respite, and the fair connects through the shield as Tachyon takes game number 1, much to the joy and elation of the crowd behind him.
It's contagious too, the energy is absolutely contagious. Even out of the parry though at the very end, Tachyon may have not gotten the punish right there because he was playing safe despite even being up a stock. He wanted to play it back a little bit, wanted to make sure that he could secure that stock without overextending off to the stage.
Absolutely, and didn't even get too much off of the parry. Just used the extra frames of advantage off of the parry to reset his positioning, then forced the shield out from Zai and said, here's a shield poke.
And I think that's really important to highlight because it shows that not every single time you get a parry do you have to opt for an aggressive option.
No, absolutely not.
And that was awareness right there coming in from Tachyon to just reposition, get comfortable, and so that way you can get in that front seat, be able to claim that last stock here. Now we're moving on to game number 2. Zai was able to reverse certain situations, but with the amount of aggression that Tachyon opens up these games with, it's so difficult to really get your footing.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this is exactly what you're talking about. It's so difficult to gain your footing, but Zai needs to take these opportunities he's given for all they're worth. Forcing out the air dodge, trying to get the explosive flame there. Not able to find it, and that's been the critical thing, is that Zai just doesn't get too much mileage out of the rare openings that do come out. Meanwhile, every time Tachyon gets a hit, he opens them up for 60%. Jab reset, up tilt, back air, off stage. He's going to look for the spike. I feel it.
I love it. I love what I'm seeing here, too. And this time we were talking about mixing up with those nairs. Now he even did the empty hop to try to bait out to see what Zai was going to do, whether he was going to stay in shield or if Tachyon could get that free grab.
Look at these fade back fairs on shield. Tachyon's so smart about how he's pressuring Zai's shield because Zai can't do anything about it. Now the fair connect sends him deep off stage again. Oh, what did that 2-frame dare?
It would be another crazy spike and another crowd going crazy too to be able to actually follow up off of that. But the up air though, he caught him right when he was trying to DI towards the right there too. Despite that, you still have Zai working with some rage, now having the lead though, stock lead, but it's not as big of a lead that he may want to be able to build up for himself, and this is one way to do that, carrying him up and right out of these platforms too, taking so much damage, 0 to 60 nearly, the down tilt. Oh, but that timing on that down, or rather that down smash could have been everything.
That's exactly what I've been hoping to see from Zai throughout this set so far, is taking those opportunities that he's given or that he creates for himself and pushing them as far as they can. He got the stock, he got 87% extra credit, it was 75 before that first hit, but that's insane for this matchup because now he can just play comfortably with the lead, gets the back throw here, yoinks Pikachu out of midair.
It was absolutely huge, but being able to get right behind Zai, you're going to be able to get these loops for days, the double up tilt, but the aggressive way to land right here is Zai, actually landing right on top of Tachyon with that, forcing themselves in because you know immediately when you see that Zai gives that space of comfort for Tachyon to build up on like this, it's so difficult to even land again.
And now trying to find that space to land like you were just mentioning, but the quick attack comes through, he looks for the up smash out of it. That was a prime opportunity for landing Nair up tilt, which would have KO'd there, but Zai doesn't take it, expecting Tachyon to bounce a different direction.
Down tilt on the roll back here. Tachyon still jumping to go in for these mix-ups, but the up the center stage, first time we actually get to see him try to use that, but he does get punished for it from Zai. Just jolt for some insurance to try to force himself in, but avoiding the back air all in the same process.
Looking for this fair, trying to find his spacing, trying to get past this. I'm amazed that Pikachu is still alive at 150. Zai's been throwing out hitboxes all the livelong day, and it seems that none of them are finding their mark. So, going to take this opportunity that's given to him for all it's worth, still alive.
Remember here, this is when Zai was able to still take Tachyon's second stock to 0 to 60, and Tachyon still living off of this. 175, has some rage to work with too, has stage control, goes for a late ledge trump, but Tachyon Now forced to play from the ledge. Zai's going to like that. He's going to be able to get back to center stage, but puts himself still in this corner. Gets that grab. He got the jump into the grab too. That was definitely going to do it after 177.
Yeah, I don't see a universe where Pikachu lived anything there that Zai threw. I think even back throw would have killed across stage. Oh no, he is going to be able to get past that. That was very nearly just a bear for your troubles. Zai is able to get back up on, and I like how he's playing this a lot more because this is what we talked about a little bit previously when Zai first managed to get the lead. He's got the lead, he's comfortable with it, and now he no longer has to be the one who's approaching. The onus is no longer on him, so he can play a much more relaxed game, wait for Tachyon to come in, and use Palutena's superior hitboxes to just hard punish any of those approaches.
And also utilizing the teleportation on the platform cancels to try to maneuver their way around Tachyon while Tachyon's tossing out either a lot of these jolts. You see the fair attempts too and the cross-ups, but eventually it's going to shield poke. You can only play defensively for so long here, but you still have a whole other stock to kind of burn through for Tachyon.
I mean, Zai hasn't even dropped this stock yet. He's got to get past step 1. He is going to get past step 1 right then and there. 26.8. That's all that separates the two players at the moment. Zai going to make it a little bit more with that first nair, but he's still got a lot of work to do, and Tachyon very much could worm his way back into this.
Ooh, re-grabs, but the down tilt a little far away to connect by the ledge. Was able to scoop up Tachyon a few times throughout the last game and the other game before that with that. There you go, the loots, but the up tilt didn't connect, but it doesn't matter. That was a 50-50 there because Zai was forced to hold shield, so he was able to get that free grab.
Spaghetti all over the floor. Both of them have been missing quite a few confirms here and quite a few initial hits too. Both of them really don't want to get hit. Like, neither one of them wants to be the one to take this first disadvantage situation. But now Tachyon's taken back the lead. He's wormed his way in like I said he would. Gets the bear out of shield.
Ooh. Assumed that he was actually just going to drop towards the ledge. Maybe thought that he wanted that ledge invincibility, but Zai mixing it up, actually going for the high recovery there.
Spacing out with that neutral B, and here it is. Because Zai no longer has the lead, he can't play that patient game anymore. He has to approach, and that's when he's at in his worst spot, is when he's being forced to approach Pikachu.
To the safety too, that Tachyon's just trying to get these ball hits, but out of shield. Goes out another jolt. Here's the crowd going crazy. There's so much pressure too, though. You have to imagine feeling this. Zai at 120%. Tachyon does get that grab, but opts to go for the pummel.
Yeah, just wants a little bit of extra percent. I don't think any of the throws would have KO'd at that point. No way. No way. He is going to be able to survive through it, but he's got to get past the down tilt. Does just that. Get up attack actually gains him stage control as well. Very well played all around by Tachyon. Now going to get the T-Jolt. Tries for the ledge trump as well. This is anyone's game.
That was so close to the explosive flame animation was being done by Zai, but it wasn't enough before that jolt actually stopped the animation. So Tachyon was still able to continue on the pressure and the damage and the dash attack. The knock-in's enough to be the nail in the coffin for Tachyon to move on to the bracket.
It was down to the wire. It was a nail biter. It came all down to it, but a dash attack at the end of the day was going to be able to take it out. And Tachyon closes it out 2-0. That didn't feel like a 2-0 at all.
No, not at all. That was super close. And both players were playing very slow by the end of that